Okay, y'all, we know all the controversy that's been surrounding this tournament going on the URL for the 25,000. A lot of these judges need to be removed because it's a conflict of interest. They have ties with these other battle rappers, and what's happening because they have ties with these other battle rappers, they're not voting based upon what's going on and taking place. And Knowledge, one of the judges, who's also is on the show with Mav Hoffa, my expert opinion, who also one of their members is in the contest. Now, I'm about to play you a short clip. Shouts out to A Boogie Production. He sent me this video, but I'm just going to play this little short clip. In this clip, you finna hear Knowledge contradict himself on the judging and showing and proving that he not only cheated, but also has another agenda based upon what's going on in this tournament. Now, right here, Knowledge is going to explain the battle between Brooklyn Hand and Big Hands. Knowledge is going to say he had it 1-1 headed into the third, into the deciding factor of what Brooklyn Hand did in the third. Then we're going to hear him contradict himself in a later on interview saying that he had Brooklyn Hands winning the first round and second round, but gave Big Hand the third round because he couldn't give Brooklyn Hand the third round because he was addressing Shotgun Suge and not Brooklyn Hand. Now, listen closely, y'all, and watch this.
I voted for the third round. I had gave it to Brooklyn. That was the deciding round.
Man, for real.
You know, I thought that's where it got interesting. You know, Brooklyn Hands winning Suge, saying some crazy fire joints still. It still was dope. Like, but I had to give Big Hand that third. I think he definitely was on it. Like he knew the pressure was on, and you know, he did what he had to do to actually take that round.
Okay, there you have it. See, he said at first he gave to Brooklyn Hands. It was 1-1 going into the third. The deciding factor was him with Brooklyn Hands' third round. That was the deciding factor for him. Then in this interview later on, he goes on to say he had Big Hand, not Brooklyn Hand. He had Big Hand winning the third based upon, if y'all saw this interview, based upon Big Hands, not Brooklyn Hand. Based upon, not Big Hand, but Brooklyn Hand. I don't want y'all to get confused. Big Hand is from Philly. Brooklyn Hand is from Brooklyn. And that's Mav Hoffa and them guys. And also Knowledge guy. Okay? And remember, Brooklyn Hands and Mav Hoffa is in the same team. NYB. And Knowledge is Mav co-host on my expert opinion. So right here, we clearly see that Knowledge just lied and just proved that his hidden agenda and what he's there for. He just did it. He said he had Brooklyn Hands going into the, it was 1-1 going into the third. Then he had Brooklyn Hands winning the third. Then he says right here, he got Big Hand winning the third, and he's going to give the reason why.
I felt like his round was just more precise, and it was directed more Brooklyn Hands. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, I definitely agree with the fact that, you know, there's a tournament style. You definitely do have to cater your bars to the person that you're battling.
Okay, now you heard that. You have to cater your bar to the person that you battling. Then he goes on in that interview saying, the other interview saying, it didn't matter that Brooklyn Hand catered his bars towards Suge. It still was good enough for him to win. So what is it, Knowledge? He contradicting himself all over the place.
I think that's very important. But nonetheless, you know, I ain't mad at somebody gave Brooklyn Hands that the third either. I thought, you know, the bars were dope. I thought what he brought was fire. But I personally gave it to Big Hand. I thought he was on his job. I thought, like, that was his best round. And he did enough to take that battle.
Okay. Now y'all clearly hear him. He gave the third round to Big Hand. He did enough to win that third round. But he said that he gave it to Brooklyn Hand in the other hand.
My vote for the third round, I gave it to Brooklyn. That was the decided round.
Man, for real, man.
And I thought they both came with it. I like what Brooklyn Hands came with. I thought he was on fire. I thought he was on point. I understand him not attacking his opponent.
Man, fuck all that.
I can't take points away from it, but you know, it could have actually changed some of the judges' other minds.
See, but he just said in the other interview. Now this is the first interview. First, he was saying that had nothing to do with him picking Brooklyn Hands in the third round, even though he wasn't directing his bars towards Big Hands. Then he said in that interview, he gave it to the Big Hands because Brooklyn Hands wasn't directing his material towards Big Hands. Total contradictory of what's being said. So he's admitting to cheating, lying, contradicting himself, and need to be immediately removed from the judging panel. There's another agenda here. Clearly.
And there was other judges that spoke on that and that felt like, you know, that also is why they gave it to Big Hand. So, you know what I'm saying? For me, it wasn't a crazy deciding factor because even what he was saying in the show was hard. This is a battle rap, you know? It's not always has to be directed at your opponent. As long as you come with some fire lines.
Listen to me, little bitch.
Okay. See, he just messed up big time because he clearly just. Hold on, let's get back here. I'm gonna play that one part.
In that third, I think he definitely was on it. Like he knew the pressure was on, and you know he did what he had to do to actually take that round.
Let me get this right.
For the third round, I gave it to Brooklyn. That was the decided round.
Man, you see something? Now you see now, you fucked up, you know that, don't you?
My vote for the third round, I gave it to Brooklyn. That was the decided round.
Man, for real.
I see what I'm saying. I thought.
But I had to give Big Hand that third.
I'm saying that you done fucked up now, you know that, don't you?
Yeah,
No, you done fucked up, don't you? No, don't you? No, you done fucked up.
without the tape, they had nothing.
Take it! Take it! Bang the gavel on your damn self. Don't worry, I'll do it for you. No. No, 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 no. Busted. Caught red-handed. Busted. Now what you gonna do about that? What you gonna say about that? How you gonna get out of that? You can't. Out of your own mouth, you condemn yourself, proving that there's another agenda at stake, proving that you contradicting yourself, proving that you knew well in what you was doing when you made that decision, proving you are a liar. No, 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 no. The evidence is in on you. We heard enough out of your own mouth. You have become your own witness against yourself. Out of your own mouth, out the admission of his own mouth, you have been proven to be found guilty in the Battle Truth Court. The people brought you up on charges. They find you guilty, brother. So do I. I don't need no more evidence after seeing that. We have enough evidence to disbar you and remove you from the judge and panelists. That's enough. You is wrong, brother, and you out of pocket, and you exposed yourself. You are unfair to the battle rap community. You are unfair to the battle rappers, and you are unfair to the league that put you up there and trusting your honesty to be fair to the other contestants in that tournament. And you ripping them off. And you see, this what's so bad about this judging thing that they doing. They ripping people off. They hitting them with a 2-for-1 bullet. A 2-for-1 bullet. You keeping somebody there who don't belong there, and you voting off the best talent. And you voting off the best talent, making it smooth sailing from them from here on out. This is horrible. This is wrong. And it need to be redid over. This need to be redid over. This was bad. We ain't done. We got evidence on you too, Rita. Not the tape we did. That's mine. Nobody know about that. Oh. But they didn't know at first. They still ain't see it. But there's another tape out on you. It ain't got nothing to do with our house. It's another tape. You been caught though, man. Busted, man. Get up out of here. Horrible, man. Told you, man. Told y'all, man. Told you, man. Look, let me tell you something. Stop thinking y'all gonna get over on this battle rap community. You not. They on y'all, man. They not finna play. They put this stuff together. And they send it to one of the most honest, trustworthy persons they know. Gonna get it out there, put it out there, because that's what we stand for and represent. Truth. And I'm battle truth. Yeah, man, we get to the bottom of things over here. You out of pocket. Ripping off the battle rap community. Then you putting the mics in people's face trying to get them interviews like you got love for them. Like you really giving them exposure. Like you really care. You sitting there. Told you that's dirty as hell, man. You sitting there so humble in these people's face, knowing you ripping them off. Knowing you doing them wrong. These brothers sitting here working their hard off, man. Really, really trying to win this contest fair and square. But here goes somebody like you put in position, abusing your position and authority. And ripping them brothers off, man. Ending their careers, putting them at a setback, staining them for the rest of their career. You know this is stain on their career when they lose this, right? You do know that this stay with them wherever they go. Like, oh yeah, you lost the 25,000. Battle rappers use it against them and everything. You out of pocket, bro. You out of pocket. It ain't no way you can get around this. You caught. You can't fix it. You can't clean it up. You busted. You caught. And you definitely messed up. Shouts out to A Boogie Production again for putting that together, man. It's going to be all over the internet. Don't even worry about it. They're going to put it all over the internet. So I don't care. Slim Coleon, get on your job. Black Sheep Media and them, everybody get on their job, man. That's bogus. You out of pocket and you've been caught. You've been exposed. Now they finna get the other ones. Yeah. It's one on YouTube, Rita. Here it come. I hope this don't mess up our thing, though. Look, I'm sorry. I hope this don't mess up our thing. Look, that's what you get for trying to get involved with somebody that keep it real. I'm sorry. I got to tell the truth. Got to tell the truth. And when I'm called for duty, I got to handle my duties, man. I don't let women run me. I'm sorry. I ain't like dude. You can never run me. For real. I say what I say. I do what I do. I go where I go. What? For real. There y'all go, though. There go all the information that y'all need, man. Scandalous, dirty brother right here, boy. This is a scandalous, dirty brother, man. Like he always been. I told y'all, man. Who don't see that? You peeped that a mile away, man. Two-faced it, man. Shiesty, dirty, grimy. Wouldn't we do the same thing, though? keeping it realistic, wouldn't we do the same thing? If you had a homie of yours in a rap tournament for $25,000 and you was a judge, that's your guy. That's your guy. Do you really expect to vote him off? Is you really that honest and real like that? I'm going to keep it 100. I couldn't even do it. I have to disqualify myself. Like, look, it's a conflict of interest. Man, I know, dude. That's my man. Y'all asking me to be unfair. You asking me to be unfair, making me a judge. So, look, I'm going to disqualify myself. You know what I'm saying? Even though I believe my guy good enough to win it. But if I'm up here, I'm going to make sure he win it. That's my guy. Plus, we going to split that bread. He going to give me some because he know he probably should have lost. But it was my judgment that put them through. Same thing Knowledge did. It was up to Knowledge to push Brooklyn Hands through. And that's exactly what he did. He had the power of decision. It was 2-1 going into Knowledge. Knowledge could have said the truth. Big Hands won. And Brooklyn Hands would have been voted out, and it wouldn't have to went to the fan. He made the time vote to push it into the fans. And then come to find out, them ain't even real fans. I mean, it's rigged, man. It's rigged, bro. And this is a perfect example of it. That's horrible, man, and it's sad. But out of his own mouth, y'all, out of his own mouth, y'all just heard it. He did it to himself. And it's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment that's in question. It's yours. Subscribe to Battle Truth. Hit the link in the description box. Join my Patreon. I'm about to drop 5 bangers on there.